Hello everyone, my name is Karim Abou Shousha. I'm a senior lighting artist at Ubisoft, and today I'm gonna teach you how you can get a realism lighting look like this. And we're gonna use this scene. You can download it from Fab, and I'm gonna leave the link below. Okay. Also, we're gonna learn many things today, like how to can use the blueprint to create additional light, or you can create how to create light props. Also, I'm gonna give you some tips for how you can use the power of AI to improve your light. Okay, so let's get to start. The first thing I'm gonna do, I will hide all the lights. So as you can see here, everything here looks natural. Okay, and it's the way we are looking for. And there is many things we're gonna learn it here. Is not only about the light. It's easy to add the light, but there is, if you are working in the game, there is big secret. It's not a secret, but it's a rule for how you can lead the player from point A to point B. So for example, if you have a player, he start the level from here, and you want the player to go to exit to this way. So how you can lead the player to go there? And there is something between he has to do. For example, it's discover. So he want to discover something, or he want to pick. You want him to pick this paper and start to reading, or there is a additional box here. He has to open it to take weapon or anything. So how you can do this, because the player, he doesn't really know, maybe this warehouse, it's too large or too big, so you want him to just bring the attention to go this way. I'm gonna show you exactly what you can do with the blueprint. So the first thing, I'm gonna hide all the light and start a new level, and here let's say night. Drag it and drop here, so we have no light. The first step, I am gonna add the skylight. If you remember, we always talk about the first thing, you have to add the global illumination light, which is the sky. So the skylight, if you ever try to put the light here, it will never be effective. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I will change to cube map. Okay, and here I will add this daylight, which is gonna give me some nice light in the like the moonlight, or I'm gonna fake the moonlight. We'll put this value to 0.5. I don't need it more. The cube map resolution, maybe 1K, it's enough. So now everything is bright. So I'm gonna add post-processing and go infinity. And from the exposure, the first step, we're gonna tweak the exposure, right? So here we're gonna put the min and the max on 1, and we'll leave the exposure on 1. Also, we'll search for lumen, make sure the lumen it's enabled, hit the light and the reflection also. So to just make sure everything is correct, the quality, we can add 4:4. That's gonna be enough. So now we set up the exposure. We will not touch anything else before we add the light. So now what you want to do, you want to create a night mode or the daytime mode. So we're gonna make the night mode. So we have here some light props. So it's very hard as a lighter to create a light and just copy and paste it in everywhere, because if you ever want to change something, it's gonna be very difficult for you, because sometimes you have a bunch of light or the hundred of light in the scene, so it's very difficult to just pick every light to start to edit. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna use one of them, but I just want to get this light. So I will take a look and we'll search for this light props, because I need to add the light to be attached to this light props. I will leave the light here. Okay, just double click to open it, because I need to relocate this light. We'll go back. We can create a new file, and it's very important to know the naming convention and create your own file. And let's say light props underscore blueprint. Double click, and here I'm gonna start to create a new blueprint. Actor. Here, let's take the same name. So just double click here, and I'm gonna take the same name and back again here. And zero, we're gonna remove 0.1 and just write blueprint. So here there is nothing. What I'm gonna do now is just search for this again and drag it and drop here. So now we have the light props there in the center. I will start to add the lights. So we are looking for the rectangle lights. Enable this for the rotation, 9 degree, and just push it more. I think this is the correct position. Okay, and let's make the intensity 1000. That's gonna be enough. And here we can, let's put the around 400, and for sure we're gonna make a control for this, so we can leave it as a normal now. And here we have to tweak the size of the lights. So that's enough. We're gonna push it down and save. Now we create this light, which is gonna be, if I want to drag and drop this light to the scene, it attached the light, right? So now we have this light. It's basic light, but if you want to edit on light, for example, to change the radius, to change the color, to change the temperature, so there is no control here. So we're gonna make two controls. The first control, it's, let's say I need this light to be flickering because I need to have this light broken or has some flickering. So we're gonna make flicker effect, and also we're gonna create some parameters to have a control to change the color or to change the temperature. So I will go back here in the light itself, and we'll go to the construction because we have the event graph and construction script. So we'll looking for the construction. I will drag and drop the rectangle lights, and from here we'll search for set. Okay, set intensity, which is mean we're gonna change the intensity. We're gonna make a control for intensity. Change the light color, we're gonna change the light color. Set temperature, we're gonna change the temperature. So we'll make different controls. The first thing, the intensity. Let's connect it with the construction script, and right click, promote. Okay, so as you can see here, we have a new parameters here. Okay, so we need to change the name. I will remove, just leave the intensity and save it. You have to save it first to see this control. So I will put this value as a default 1000. Now let's add another control, set temperature. Set temperature rect light. Okay, I don't need this one, so I can definitely connect it with only one parameters here. Right click, control, and let's save this. If you are looking for here, so the default temperature is 6 1500, and we need to test to make sure this thing works. So the 1000 is working, and here there is nothing changed. Maybe that this temperature is not correct. Set. We can go back to the rectangle light to see the here temperature. Yes, we need the temperature. Set temperature. There is use temperature, set use temperature. Maybe this one. So I will connect it this and new save. No, not that one. We don't need this one. Or you know what, we can just search for the color. Set color. I will search here, set light color. It's better to get it from here. Okay, so here the color and promote. I just need to remove this one, and save this, enable, and from here remove the new and keep the light color. With the default it's white, so we need to keep this white. So now if I ever change the color, it's gonna be changed, which is something we are looking for. Maybe also we can add shadow, because sometimes you don't want to have this light as a shadow. So I'm gonna search for shadow, set cast shadow, and connected new cast. We're gonna call it cast shadow, enable here. So we have cast shadow. So if you want to get this on the top, it's very simple. I'm gonna drag it and drop here to the top and save it. Now we have this cast shadow. If you enable, it's gonna be cast shadow. Right. It's also, there is one more thing is very important for me, but because we are using rectangle, we don't really need, it's a radius to have some nice fade light, to have some softness light. You can also search for light function. Let's say you need to add some light cookies. It's important also for the light. Set light function material. Here promote, and we'll remove new light function. So we have this here, and maybe also we can looking for what else. I think that's it. We don't need, oh, for sure, yes, radius. It's very important because we can leave the radius on 1000. And one more thing, it's gonna be the max distance. It's important also. I will connect this to here to have only one, and from here set radius and drag it and drop here. Right click, promote light radius. The default is 1000, so we'll keep it as 1000, but 1000 is too big, but it's okay. I'm gonna keep the default value. And the last thing, as I said, it's set max. distance. I want to pack here and search for distance, max draw distance. We need to find this one, max draw. I think there is no control for here, but it's okay. We can definitely use it from the light itself. But overall, we have this basic light. All right. So we can just right click here and align straight connection. Okay, so now we have this. You can collapse this if we're gonna add more control for sure in the same blueprint, but because we have only one blueprint, we can just keep it like this. If you are looking to have more organization, you can select all of them and press C. Now we have comment, and you can type the same name of your light props. Okay, so now if any other lighter or any other developer, he gonna open your blueprint, he will know what he's looking for. All right, so now we have the basic light. So now it's very simple. You can start to change the radius, and the radius maybe 500, and here I will keep it on 1000. And I can copy the location and just paste it here. If I have this, we have this one. Okay, or you know what, I am gonna take this light from here and will put it here, and then we can just drag it and drop here. But I need to find the location again, copy and hide this one, double click, and press paste. And we can enable this also to just see what is this exactly. As you can see here, the light, it's more wider, but it's okay, we can just keep it as is. I'm gonna copy, duplicate the light in the same position, and we'll hide this again. So now we have the light props, it's here. We can also copy to the other, paste it to other way, because in the end, or it's up to you. So you can add one light, two light, you can remove some lights, it's up to you. So put your light in the positions that you feel that's correct. So now I have this light, everything now it's for me looks fine. We'll add more light intensity, and from here I can make it more blue. So now we put the basic light, so we need to make some controls. For sure, if you are looking here, there is no shadow. Is that correct? Because the rectangle light, if we go back to the construction and search for casting shadow, it's not enabled. So let's add enable lights. Now we have the shadow works. So now everything looks fine. We need to also add indirect light intensity and volume scattering. We have to add it to the blueprint. So it's the same way. Search for indirect, set indirect light intensity, connect it to this, and here indirect light intensity. Put the default on 1 and volumetric shadow. Volumetric, set volumetric scattering. No, we need to search for set volumetric scattering intensity. Scattering intensity. Okay, so here we create a new one and volumetric intensity, or you can write fog intensity. I would prefer to put it as 0 as a default. So whenever we have the blueprint, now I can change volumetric intensity, let's say 5 or 10. Because we don't have any fog, I will add the fog, exponential fog. Okay, here. Yeah, you see now we have this, the fog, it works. Now I can go over to this one, but I don't want to waste more time, so I will put the value here, volumetric intensity, or on 10. Okay, so now you see the good thing with the blueprint, you can, if you change the master, it will be affected in everywhere. So it's better than to select all the light if you have 100 light and then start to change the parameters. So this is the easy way. And also here for the light scattering, direct light scattering, I will add in 5. So to have some nice bounced light. So now the scene start to getting better. Okay, so now we can save this one. And the second step, I will go back to the post-processing, start to change the plume effect. Okay, here, if you remember, if you watched my video before, so I would like to add chromatic. Dirt, it's important also. If we search for HDRI, I just need to locate this here and drag it and drop this material. You remember this material to just fake the light, the dirt effect on the camera. Five or 10 until we can see some effect. The middle gray, I would like to add 0.7 and details 1.1, and the shadow also here 0.6 or 0.7, because now we have some nice realism look. You see the difference between this and this. It makes some blending between the light and the scene itself. So now everything is lit, looks natural, but we need to add some nice color. Sharpness add 1, and here I will start to add the saturation, I feel it's too much. Maybe 0.9 it's enough. You know, as much as you can make the saturation low, you will get more realism look. And this one of my tip also I'm always using, because it's very hard to have this, you know, this saturated. This one it looks more natural. And the reason I did this, because in the movie they took the videos or the image as a raw, so I'm looking for first to set my scene as a raw, to have the raw feeling or the raw images, and then we'll add a change the post processing. So here, okay, so let's just keep it as is. I need to add now the moonlight. So it's up to you. You can definitely create directional lights. All right, here, which is something, it's okay, you can use it for sure. And I just need to switch to 1 and make it the moon. This is the easy way. Okay, and for sure I just need to have more soft shadow, because in the moon the light is not the shadow is not that sharp, so it looks fine. Maybe we can just make it okay. So here to, because you see I just try to get the raw effect, okay, without any post processing. So now I have everything is lit. What you can do now, the next step is how you can, or how I use my the AI to improve my scene. So you can take the picture from your scene, just select any position, and I will find this one. Now I will open, there is a website, it's called, I'm always using, it's called Promi AI. Okay, it gives you good points. It's for free. You can even if you have many emails, you can sign in with your different email and get more points. I will select image variation and we'll select this images, and maybe I will put the variation 58. It's up to you. You want 3 images, I will leave it as is. Okay, 3 images. You can say improve the light, or you can type any promote, but I will keep it as is. Okay, so we'll see now, because you see this my previous version. I will see what's gonna give it to me. For sure, it's good to, you can even improve your scene itself. You can add more assets, you can remove some assets. You will know what you can do. You see here, it's give you some nice idea about the light, but I will take the example here. So I love this mood, I love the light. So here, if you can take a look here, the light, it's a bit bluish. I can go back to my blueprint, edit, search. We can go to the construction. If you didn't find the construction here, you can find it here, construction script. Double click and we'll find the set light color. And I will just add some tint. You see this little tint effect can change your mood. Save. And now I need to have more fog, because in this scene we have more fog effect. I can go here and add this value on 2. Now we have this more effect. So the rest, it's about the post processing. okay? And you can just take a look on the intensity on the ground. Maybe you need to add more intensity on some area. You can open the rectangle and go to the intensity, find the intensity, or it's an easy way to here, intensity, and let's add 1500. Now it makes sense more. And because you see here we have this shadow effect, we have to go back to the viewport and just, you see now we have better shadow. And for sure the radius, if we go back to the radius, it's 1000 is too much, so I need to have some nice blending. $500, because I don't want everything to be flat. So now we have this nice light effect. You see, it looks very natural until now. Now I can go back and in the post-processing, the first step, I will search for mid-tone and gain and start to add the mood. So I need to have more bluish effect. Here it's green, but I need to have this blue effect. You see, we have this nice, very nice light effect. It looks natural. There is nothing out of exposure. Even the bounced light looks okay. Here I need to add more dirt effect. So if I add more dirt effect here, or we can even add some intensity for the plume. But you see here the light, it doesn't put in the right place, so I can go back. It's not in the right place. So if we just go back here, and yeah, I can just put it here. For sure you can add some emissive textures, but I just need to have this effect. Now the plume is too much, so one is still too much. So don't go crazy with the effect. So 8, yeah, I think that value it's enough. In the post-processing also, if we can add more chromatic up to 0.5, which is gonna be enough. So now everything is lit. All right, so I am happy with this result. Again, it's up to you. You can maybe if you are in the action scene, you can add some tint green color to have, you see, this effect. So now you will be able very easily to change the post-processing, because we set the images as a raw. So whatever you're gonna do, it's gonna be perfect. So the rest, it's up to you. But that's what I was looking for. Now I can just hide this one, the light, just remove this, right click, make it current, and also always loaded. And if we play the scene now, let's take a look. You see, wow, that's what we got. It's very simple, right? We just take time to create a blueprint, and I think now you understand what you can do in the blueprint. The shadow looks very natural. The light, it seems to be comes from the moonlight. We have nice hazy effect because maybe the place is dry and because it's a warehouse, so it looks cinematic. But what we are missing now, it's how to highlight the assets or the props that you want the player to discover. Let's say here we have this paper, and I want the player go there and just read the paper or pick the paper, because it's important to understand what's gonna be next. Or you want to tell him this is the exit, I don't want him to go to this way or the other way, or maybe here is the elevator, I want him to go to this elevator. So how we can do this? We're gonna use the same thing, we're gonna use the blueprint. So I can use the same this props. I will just open this to make sure that I have the location. And here, create a new blueprint, actor, and take the same name. It's for light, it's the same. Okay, blueprint, the spot, because I need this time to create spotlight. Double click on this one and we'll search again on this props, drag it and drop here. We have it here in the center. So what I would prefer first, if there is no pulp light, we can create very simple sphere and in the scale locked, push it now. So that's it. I already created a massive light, so I will just drag it and drop here, leave it here, and from here search for cast shadow and turn it this off, because I don't want this props, if the light hit this this props, I don't want it to have any shadow. Okay, so now we have this one. I will spotlight. So the spotlight, just turn it to 90 degrees. Again, move it to the correct position. And from here we can change the radius. And keep it everything as a default. I will not add any parameters control now, because we don't want to waste more time, but we need to add flicker. There is two ways. You can simply create light function material, but it doesn't give you the correct flickering. So how we can create nice flicker effects? It's very simple. In this time, I will not use construction script, I will use event graph. So delete all of this one, and here I will drag and search for timeline. Okay, and here flicker, and just do this, save. And now I need to set, just search for intensity, set intensity spotlight. All right, and if you search and just press star, I need to add multiply. All right, so the multiply, we don't need the, oh yeah, it doesn't. Okay, so it's not finishing yet. I will double click here first. Okay, and here let's add new float track. I will put the length here, it's 2, and if we save and go back to the event graph, now we have this 1. So to rename the new track, flicker, and go back here, we have a flicker. So I will add here, and let's say this 1000. Okay, we'll put the default value as 1000. We'll go back, double click here, and now we have to start to add point. So right click, add a key, and in the end also I will add the key. If you select this key, just leave it in 0, and here 2. All right, so now we have this value and this value on 0. Okay, so now we can simply start to add different some key between. So if you press shift, we can start to add some keys here. All right, and from here we can start to add this one. I need to just select these two, and let's put this value on 3. Okay, we can just use this, and I will start to make some variation. Okay, so here we have this variation, and let's see what we're gonna get. I will drag and drop this light here. Now we have the intensity is 0. The default intensity is 0. We'll go back here and let's start to see. I just need to open this and drag it and drop here. But why the rectangle? Oh, you need to. It's weird because I can't see this one. It's weird to not see this. I don't know what's wrong. Anyway, we don't need to waste more time. I can just drag it and drop here. Okay, so let's move this here, but you can use the same way that we use it in the other light. So if I turn this on, you see now we have this flickering, but we need to add more intensity. So if we put this on 3000, oh sorry, it's not about this, so let's bring this back to 1000, and we'll go to the flicker. Here we can add to, from here it's put 5. Oh, 5, and let's add more key here. So now we have more light intensity. You see now we have this light effect. I just need to make sure the value is maybe 12. and we'll add more intensity here. Let's see what we're gonna get. It's the same, so maybe there is something I have to do here. Oh, the default here it's 5,000, so we need to put to 8,000, which is gonna be more. The same. But anyway, I have another one, which is we can use it from the other blueprint, but anyway, it works. It works. We can really see the details here. For the intensity, I'm wondering because I feel there is something wrong here. So, oh, that's why. Okay, we're working on the wrong blueprint. That's why. Okay, so this one, the spotlight 5. Oh. Yeah, now it works. So I'm sorry for this, but you see now we have this nice. But we need to make the radius is more. Okay. And for sure it's important to maybe you now we have everything is white, so let's turn this temperature to 3500 to bring the attention. I need to bring the attention. And maybe if we put this 4000, let's see what we're gonna get. Yeah, you see now we have this flickering. So in this case, if you ever go around now, you really be attention. Okay, what's wrong here? There's something I have to do here, right? So I want to go this way, and for sure to go back here. Okay, so here it's also important to change the max draw and the max distance. So I would like to make 2500. Now if we go far away, you see the light it disappear because we need to save the performance. And now if we get closer, we will see more light, and that's the way we are using in the video games to make to save the performance. You can do all this thing with all the lights. Okay, so that's it. It was very simple. I think now you know how to use the blueprint. You know how to can get some cinematic and realism light without any complicated steps. I hope you like this video. Again, thank you so much for your feedback. Your feedback is very important for me. Please don't forget to share this video and leave your comments, and see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.